Obeisances to Lotus feet of Asmati Guru Path Padma Nitila Parishta Jagat Guru Shishimad Bhakti Vedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj. Then offer obeisances to Lotus feet of Triranti Sannyasi Shishimad Bhakti Vedanta Danti Maharaj. Namnishta Santa Shri Amirudas Prabhuji, all the Vaishnavas and Vaishnavis who are gathered here, please accept my humble obeisances. So we are discussing Shri Madhura Kadambini. I am seeing the message that Vishakha sent that we are beginning from page number 293, 5E. So in a short while I will be sharing the screen. And so this Madhura Kadambini is a very important book. Today I want to offer my tribute at the lotus feet of Srimad Madhvacharya, and also want to offer tribute at the lotus feet of Sri Amavijacharya, who is actually the great, both are the great acharyas. I think their appearance days are there. So we are actually celebrating Srimad Madhvacharya, a great devotee of Lord Krishna. I was just reading Krishnamrita Maharanava, a book, Hindi copy I got hold of it. Then I got it, some Didi typed it, but these days actually the typing is not necessary. There is so much OCR facilities available. Google Docs has incorporated OCR facility in all their documents. Like if you upload any PDF or JPEG, automatically it will OCR it. So a lot of Gurudev's Hindi books got converted to Unicode and machine readable format. Easily the format in which the information can be easily communicated to others. So Google Docs is doing certain good job actually in that way, because these facilities help for preaching our Krishna consciousness. So now we are how a taste for bhakti returns to one who has committed aparadh. So here we'll see that now this is actually a good question. One could thus appropriately conclude that offenders to the holy name are opposed to Bhagwan. In other words, it is impossible for such persons to take shelter at the lotus feet of spiritual master and engage in the previously mentioned practices of bhajan, bhajana kriya. And this is a fact. When a person is running a high fever, he loses his appetite and cannot eat grains and so on. Now, this I have experienced in my childhood so many times. I was affected by a very bad fever. And for many days, I could not eat any grains. Children, this fever comes a lot. And then I was hankering to eat chapati, rice, but doctor had forbidden me. All I could take was fruit juice, this, that. For many, many days, I simply had to survive on this fruit juice and all. So like that. So the fever is like, offense is like a fever. Sat Krishna Nama Charitati Sitapi Vidya Pittopatapta Rasanasana Rochikano Kintwadrat Anudinam Khalusaiva Jushta Sadvi Bhavati Kramat Tadgadam Mula Hantri. Like a person who's affected by jaundice, what will happen? That person will find that everything is bitter. Even sugar candy, rock candy will appear bitter to him. However, the best medicine for jaundice is rock candy. So a person who is actually affected by Vaishnava aparadh, he will not find anything taste in Harinam. He will not find any taste for chanting Hare Krishna mantra. He will not find spiritual activities. They will all appear material-like to him. But the only means of getting rid of these offenses is to keep on engaging in the devotional service. Obviously, you have to ask forgiveness from the Vaishnava you are offended. And then, when a person is running a high fever, he loses appetite and cannot eat grains and so on. In the same way, when a person's offenses to Srinam are severe, he has no opportunity to perform bhajana kriya, the practice of Shravan, Kirtan and so on. There is no doubt about this, but when the fever subsides, its intensity decreases, he will begin to regain his appetite. So this happened in Corona times also. A lot of people, they could not eat regular foodstuffs. So they were told, okay, you take some tender coconut juice like this. So simply by taking tender coconut water or by taking the any citrus fruit juice, their fever was relieved. Because citrus fruit had some vitamin C, and then basically the body has raised the temperature so that it can kill the virus. So they didn't take any medicine like aspirin or paracetamol to reduce the fever. They let the fever be there because they knew the fever will kill the virus, but they just avoided the dehydration by drinking tender coconut water every 2 hours. So in this way, simply drinking tender coconut water and taking citrus fruit juice, many people got rid of corona without any antibiotics or steroids or any medicines, nothing. Simply by letting the body act. Ultimately speaking, it's your body which will give you immunity. So you see that we have natural attraction for Krishna because we are part and parcel of Krishna. But because of committing Vaishnava aparadh, the holy name becomes unhappy with us. And as a result, although the holy name is very sweet, that sweet holy name appears very bitter to us. And so there is no doubt about this. But when the fever subsides, its intensity decreases, he will begin to regain his appetite. Similarly, after suffering for some time, the intensity of offense fades and a little taste develops for Bhagavad Gita. So you'll see that when we commit offense, then for some time we don't feel anything like chanting or hearing. We say, "Oh, I have nothing to do with this Krishna consciousness. I don't want to go to temple. I don't want to associate with devotees because we may have committed some serious aparadh." Then, because Krishna is unhappy with us, and Radharani is also unhappy with us, Guru Parampara is unhappy with us, Bhakti Devi is especially unhappy with us. So therefore, we don't find anything tasty. But after some time, Krishna is very compassionate. He thinks that, okay, he's a Jiva. He may have committed aparadh. Let me somehow forgive him. And that's why the Holy Name will forgive us slowly. Especially that Vaishnava who is actually also is never takes any offense. So that Vaishnava will also pray to Krishna that, oh Krishna, please, I'm not able to see that devotee anymore in the temple. Please bring him, bring him. Like Haridas Thakur. Haridas Thakur did not take any offense of Jagai and Madai. Rather, he prayed to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu that, oh Mahaprabhu, please don't chop off their heads. You have done a lot of this killing in Dwapar Yuga. You hit Dantavakra on the chest with a club and you hit Shishupal with a chakra and you killed Shishupal and Dantavakra. But in Kali Yuga, the same Shishupal and Dantavakra has come at Jagai and Madai. But in Kali Yuga, you have to give mercy to the Jivas of Kali Yuga. The Jivas of Kali Yuga are less intelligent. They have not. They have many offensive mentality. So if you start killing everyone, practically you will end up slaughtering every living entity because they all are offenders. So therefore, Mahaprabhu, he actually gave us this Navadvip Dham, which is more merciful than Vrindavan Dham. And he brought that name, Gaurahari name. In that name, there is no offense. Krishna naam kare aparadhir vichar, naam laite aparadhir na hai vikar. Bahu danma karyadi shravana kirtana, dabutana paye Krishna pade premadana. Chaitanya Nityananda na ye sab vichar, naam laite premadana bade ashudha. So there is no consideration of offenses in chanting the holy name of God Nityananda. Krishna Chaitanya Gaurango Gaurachandra Sachisuta Prabhu Gaur Gaurahari Namani Bhaktidari. If you chant this name of Gaurahari, Bhakti will come. Nama Paradam Sakalam Vinashya Chaitanya Nama Shitamahavanam Bhaktim Paramya Pradado Janabhyotam Gaurachandram Pranamami Bhaktya. If you chant the name of Shachinandan Gaurahari, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, then all offenses will go away. Especially if they are not very serious, they will certainly go away. If they are very serious, then we have to ask forgiveness and all. So, and serve the Vaishnava we offended. But otherwise, minor offenses can be taken care by Gaur Nityananda's names themselves. So, here it is told that after suffering for some time, the intensity of offense fades and a little taste develops for Bhagavad Bhakti. Now, actually, this particular state in medical terminology is called convalescent state. Convalescent state is that I have experienced that after having typhoid for say 15 days, I used to develop little hunger and some taste would come on my tongue. Otherwise, when I have typhoid, I am taking antibiotics. I would find everything tasteless. I would find no energy even to get up from the bed. I will simply be lying in the bed. But once the effect of typhoid is subsiding, then what will happen? Slowly, slowly, taste will come in the mouth and some energy will come to us. So offense is also like that. Offense is like fever. So slowly, slowly, the offenses are subsiding. Some taste will manifest for chanting and because the offense in city is decreasing. So even after a few nutritious foodstuffs like milk and grains can only give limited, not complete nourishment to our convalescing. patient. Like a person who is just recuperating from the fever, you cannot give him rabdi or rasmalai or lassi and all that stuff. Strictly forbidden. Give You can give him some kashaya like black pepper and jaggery and some healing herbs, especially ginger, which is the king of all herbs, huh? Or Mahasulusan children like this. You can also give something honey, some medicines with honey and all, and you can give him little fruit juice and all, citrus fruit juice or something. But heavy food is not recommended, especially milk is very difficult to digest. So if that person who's recuperating and convalescing, he should not be very heavy foods. Like that, a person who just suffering from a very severe offense, he will not suddenly develop taste for chanting again quickly, but slowly it will develop. So in the same manner, when that person who is now qualified to perform bhakti engages for some time in the practices of Shravan and Kirtan, those practices will gradually bear fruit. So slowly we have to keep on chanting. Now many times the devotees say, "Oh, I am so offensive, then I should not chant at all." No, not like that. Actually, whether with offenses or without offenses, whether it is aparad, namabhas or shuddha nam, you don't give up chanting. Because nirapadha namalele namapradacha. If you repeatedly chant the holy name, then offenses will not be there. Another benefit of chanting repeatedly is that you have no time to criticize anyone. So there is less chance of committing offense. Those who chant all the time, um, while lying down, while taking bath, they don't commit so much offense because they have no time to commit offense or criticize anyone because they're always chanting the holy name. So somehow or the other, we have to engage our tongue all the time. Empty mind is devil's workshop. So always engage your tongue in chanting the holy name of Krishna. So hence it has been appropriately stated that a person begins with faith, Shraddha. He will then take the association of saintly persons. Now Shraddha is what? Shraddha Shabde Vishwasa Kahe Sudrudha Nishchay Krishna Bhakti Kaile Sarva Karma Kruto Hai. Shraddha means that state, that conviction that if I worship Lord Sri Krishna, then I don't have to serve my elderly father, mother, great grandfather, like these forefathers, demigods, and all that. Because you see that many people they're afraid. Once I went to my friend actually he took me to Nashik. Near Nashik, there is a place called Trambakeshwar, where Shiva temple is there. And they were doing a particular ritual called Narayana Bali. Narayana Bali is a ritual to satisfy the forefathers. What happens that you go to some astrologer or some person, some sadhu, he will tell you that your children are not doing well, your children are suffering from ill health, or your children are born with some defects. This is because your forefathers are not happy with you. So as a result, your children are suffering. But devotees don't have to worry about that because they worship Bhutapta Nurnam Pitrunam Nayam Kinkoro Runinchi Rajan Sarvatmanaya Sharanam Sharanyam Gato Mukundam Parivritta Kartam. You are indebted to your forefathers, no doubt about it. You are indebted to the sages. Your forefathers nourished you, gave birth to you, gave you so much property and all. So you must do something for your forefathers. What you can do for your forefathers? You can do Shraddha for them. How you can do Shraddha? You can take a plate of Mahaprasad, which is offered to Lord Krishna and then other devotees, and then like Gurudev and Krishna, and then that plate should be offered to the deceased forefather. That will take care of the forefather. He will get a good birth after honoring Krishna Prasad. Second thing you can do is you can do Bhakti and Ekadashi. Those who do Ekadashi and chant Hare Krishna mantra, their forefathers are very happy because they will get a good destination because someone in their lineage is doing Bhakti. So that's why if you are Kanishtadikari, your 7 generations are delivered. If you are Madhyamadikari, your 14 generations are delivered. And if you are Uttamadikari, then what to speak? Your 21 generations are delivered. So he will then take the association of saintly persons, sadhu sangha. Krishna Bhakti Mula hai, Krishna Bhakti Janma Mula hai sadhu sangha. Means if you want Krishna Bhakti, then you have to associate with sadhus. Satam Prasangan Mamavidya Samvido Bhavanti Ritkaran Rasayana Kata Tad Joshnat Ashu Apavarka Bhakti Shraddha Rapir Bhakti Bhakti. That if you want Shraddha Bhakti, Bhav Bhakti, Prem Bhakti, sadhan bhakti, siddha bhakti, whatever it is. You want to advance, then you have to associate with sadhus. Asat sanga tyag e Vaishnavachar, stri sangi ek asadhu Krishna bhakta. So here Mahaprabhu also has told that one should give up asat sanga. Asat sanga means association with those are very lusty. Now, it doesn't matter. I'm not just saying that men are lusty or women are lusty, nothing like that. It is irrespective. This is gender neutral statement. Understand? There is no particular, we are not criticizing any particular gender. Actually, there are good people and bad people in both genders. So, we should avoid the association of bad people in any gender and we should take association of good people in the any gender. Suppose you are getting association of, say, Ganga Mata Goswamini or Shachi Mata or Vishnupriya Devi or Janava Thakurani, then you will not worry they are female. They are so elevated devotees. Or even Uma Didi, whose birthday we celebrated yesterday, or Shamrani Didi, they are very elevated Vaishnavis. Understand? If we get even their darshan, what to speak of association, we are purified. So, but there are also someone in male body also. They are great devotees like Sripad Dandi Maharaj, Anirudh Prabhuji, our Gurudev. They were in the male body, but they are also exalted devotees. So, exalted devotees are in both genders. We should take their association, but we should not be attached to the lusty persons. The lusty persons in both genders should be avoided. Asat Sangatya. And we should avoid the association of non-devotees. Because that is strictly no. Because those who, I was reading this Krishnamrita Maharanama, Madhvacharya was telling that those who give up the service to Lord Krishna and instead render service to other demigods, they are like giving up a cow. Like suppose there is a cow standing in front of you and there is also a female donkey standing in front of you. What will you do? You will actually offer the grass to the cow. You'll pat the cow, you'll circumambulate the cow, you'll take the foot dust from the feet of the cow, but you'll not take the foot dust from the feet of a female donkey, she donkey. And you will not circumambulate she donkey. You will not give any grass also to the she donkey. Not that I am against donkeys. They are very useful animals because in Vrindavan I have seen in short, narrow gullies and short, narrow lanes, they do a lot of hard work carrying the sand, jelly, cement, and other building materials like bricks on their back, where no tractor will go. Not even, I think, any mechanical automated device can go there. But here you see that the donkeys do that work. But still, cow is the holiest. Suppose who loves me the most? Actually, my mother loves me, or a prostitute will love me more. So those who give up actually their Ekadashi day and fast on some other day, they are actually giving up their mother and they are associating with a prostitute. And those who are actually not worshipping Lord Krishna and worshipping other demigods, they are actually abandoning a high class Brahmani and offering obeisances to the woman from the dog eater family, Chandari. So we should be very, very careful that we should never give up Krishna Bhakti. So Piyusha Varshini Vritti is telling that, so here, thereafter his obstacles will begin to diminish Anartha Nivritti. Now, obstacles actually, by power of the bhajan, what will happen? Anarthas will go away. Anarthas means unwanted desires. For example, there are people who have so many desires. Some people have desire purchasing more saris, some people say more shoes. Some people have desire to have a very big mansion, these, that. So many desires which are not actually helpful in Krishna consciousness. So their heart are full of, some people just want to go to the heavenly planets. And then some people, eating the foodstuffs which are not permitted. So these are anarthas, unwanted desires. They will slowly vanish by the power of the holy name. So once you begin bhajana kriya, then anarthas will start going away. And he develop firm faith. Firm faith is like Haridas Thakur. Haridas Thakur was threatened that he will be killed if he doesn't stop chanting the name of Krishna. But he didn't oblige. He said, no, you can cut me into hundreds of pieces, but I will not stop chanting the holy name of Krishna. Because the holy name of Sri Krishna is very sweet and it is my very life. And they beat him in 22 marketplaces. Any ordinary person would have succumbed. But he was on a stage of Nishtha, more than Nishtha. But giving an example, like Haridas Thakur, even Prahlad Maharaj, he was thrown off a cliff, He was thrown in the boiling vat of oil. Oh, but he didn't stop chanting Hare Krishna mantra because they were strong conviction, they had strong nishtha. And then the taste will come, ruchi will come. Now, this particular state, a lot of devotees are on stage of nishtha, but they somehow have not developed ruchi for the name of Krishna. So now this is actually a very dangerous stage. And from this stage, many people return to their household life, if they are brahmacharis or sannyasis. And many householders also stop chanting and coming to temple, associating with devotees, because they have not come yet to the stage of ruchi. If ruchi stage will come, there is a less chance of fall down. Although there may be a chance of fall down, but it will be much lesser, much lesser. So therefore, ruchi is a type of taste. So there is one bhajan actually when in America I first time heard it when I was in ISKCON. I like that bhajan very much. Dayan Nitai Chaitanya bole नाच रे आमार मन, नाच रे आमार मन, नाच रे आमार मन. नामे अपराध विचार तो नहीं रे. My dear mind, my dear tongue always chant the name of Nitai Chaitanya and dance. Because if you chant the name of Gaur Nityananda Prabhu, what will happen? Krishna Nami Ruchi Habe Guchi Be Bandhan. If you chant the name of Gaur Nityananda Prabhu, you will develop the taste for chanting the holy name of Krishna. You will get Ruchi. That is the power of the Gaur Nityananda saints. They bestow the Krishna Ruchi. Ruchi for chanting the holy name of Krishna. So, Krishna Nami Ruchi Have Guchi Be Bandhan. And then you will be freed from the bondage of repeated birth and death. So then he will come to the stage of asakti. Asakti and ruchi is explained very nice manner in this particular book. And ruchi, the person has to bring his mind to Krishna by force somehow or other. But in asakti, he doesn't even know when his mind left the sense objects and came to the Krishna. He doesn't even know. So asakti is even higher stage. We can have asakti for wife, children, family, job, career, or anything. But to have asakti for Krishna and attachment for Krishna, that is very nice. So here, the progressive stage is that after that, one come to the stage of asakti. And then after asakti, pure spiritual emotion will come, bhava. And then what are the tatastha lakshan of that, swarup lakshan and tatastha lakshan? That will be explained. That Shantir Abhyartha Kalatum, Viraktir Mana Shunyata, Asha Bandham, Samutkanta, Namagane, Sudaruchi, Asaktista Gunakhane, Pritista, Rasatista, Ityarjana Bhavasar, Jata Bhavankure Jane. So when you have developed this particular Bhavavastha, then you will be always chanting the holy name. You will be very much attracted to the places of pilgrimage like Mathura, Vrindavan, Navadvip. These qualities will manifest. So these symptoms tell you that whether you are on the stage of bhava or what. Bhava means actually it is the highest attainment in this body. Because as long as we are living, we should aim at bhava avastha. If anyone can come to the stage of bhava avastha, then actually then he will have some inkling. He will get some idea of his swarupa siddhi. Actually, Swarupa Siddhi is Bhava Avastha. And those who have realized their Swarupa, what is my Swarupa, then they have achieved something very great. Highest achievement in this world is Swarupa Siddhi, to know what is your Swarupa. Because after Swarupa Siddhi, no stage is there in this world. After that, you simply go to Vastu Siddhi, where Krishna is performing pastimes in some other Brahmanda, like that. So, this is actually a great achievement because Krishna Bhuli says, Jiva Anadi Bahirmukha Atayo Maya Taradya Samsara Dukha. We have forgotten Krishna from time immemorial. But that's why Maya is troubling us. But if we somehow turn to Krishna, then she will not be able to trouble us anymore. But not everyone will understand this. Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada said, Bhaktir Katha Sakale Bhujate Parena Kena. Someone asked Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada, why everyone cannot understand the topics of bhakti? Then he said, if you don't have extraordinary merit, how can you understand the topics of bhakti? If you have there are two types of merits. Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada is telling that there is extraordinary merit and there is ordinary merit. If you have ordinary merit, then you will only like the topics which talk about sense gratification and liberation. But if someone has extraordinary merit, then that person will like the topics about devotional service of um, Krishna. So that's why one has to follow properly in the guidance of previous acharyas. If you are not following yourself, then how can you establish others in following? So that's why uh, this is the thing that this is a very elevated topics. This Krishna Bhakti, not everyone will be attracted, but those are very, very meritorious persons, they will only be attracted. So finally, rapturous love of God, prema, arises. Rapturous love, this is actually English word. Prema is the stage in that it is told that uh, Sakrut Masrinitam. Prema is actually सत्यों के ध्वंस कारण यद भाव बंधनम योनो स प्रेमा परिगृहीता. So although there is a cause to break, it doesn't break. That is called prema. So prema is a very high stage. But in this body, I think cannot handle prema. It is very difficult to handle prema because even bhava cannot be handled. So many transformations take place in the stage of bhava that people get scared actually seeing the condition of a person in the bhava avastha. What to speak of prema? Prema, this body can never handle. That's why it is called Piyush Vritti. It is not fitting that such fearsome aparats make the offender averse to Bhagwan, thus not allowing them to perform the practices of bhakti, such as accepting shelter at the feet of Sri Guru, performing bhajan, and so forth. The author comments that it is natural to have such a question. However, just a person with a high fever cannot eat foodstuffs. In the same way, as long as a person's offenses are severe, there is no opportunity for him to take shelter of the feet of Sri Guru and engage in the activities of bhajan like Shravan and Kirtan. So someone has very severe fever, then he cannot take very delicious foodstuffs. Imagine you cannot give idli vada dosa to a person who is feverish. All you can take is any fruit, any citrus fruit. Especially anyone is admitted to hospital in India, those who are visitors to the patient ward or ICU ward, they bring some fruit. They know that the fruit should be taken because fruit is easy to digest. You cannot take any heavy foodstuffs. So like that, you cannot take up hearing and chanting if you are committing any offense. You will not find anything, any taste in that. Just like a person having fever doesn't find any taste in chapati, rice, or anything. So like that. When a person's fever reduces, he regains his appetite. Similarly, after suffering the result of offenses for a long time, the effects of the offense weaken and one develops some taste in the activities of bhajan. Like you see that Daksha Prajapati, he committed offense to Lord Shiva. As a result, he got goat's head. You must be knowing this story from Bhagavatam. Once Shachi Mata committed offense to Advaita Acharya. Shachi Mata cannot commit an offense, but just to show us, she criticized Advaita Acharya. So Mahaprabhu refused to give her Krishna Prem. Gopal Chapal, he contracted leprosy because he had offended Shiva's Pandit. Even not to speak of in the incarnation of Bhagavati Muni, Devananda Pandit ji, he had committed offense at the lotus feet of Shiva's Pandit. He did not forbid his students from evicting Shiva's Pandit from his Bhagavatam class. So Mahaprabhu did not forgive him also. But when he associated with Vakreshwar Pandit, a great devotee of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, his offenses subsided and then he was able to release some hearing and chanting again. So it means that the great offense you have committed to a Vaishnava will go away only when you ask forgiveness from that Vaishnava. And especially if you associate with some elevated Vaishnava, then in the association of that elevated Vaishnava, you know the severity of offense you have done. Because many people, they don't even know that they have committed a Vaishnava aparad. But nevertheless, Vaishnava aparad is so severe that it will act. Whether knowingly or unknowingly, if you commit Vaishnava aparad, it will certainly act. But when we associate with elevated Vaishnavas, then we come to know what is there an offense and how to get rid of it. Actually, the main problem actually we have is that when we chant, actually we are thinking of the dull matter. We are thinking of maybe I should have a big house, a nice car would be good. How about my marriage? How about getting good job in a good company? This and that. So we are not thinking of Krishna. We are thinking of the dull material benefits. So we have to become inclined to service. If you're not inclined to Krishna, then offenses will only take place. So how can we chant Krishna Nam if you're not inclined to service? So those who are sense gratifiers, they have duplicity in their heart. They are actually cheating propensity in the heart. So they cannot chant the holy name of Krishna. Those are duplicitous. Because there is no difference between the name and Krishna himself. Nam and Nami, they are non-different from each other. So, those who don't think that the name and Krishna are not different, they cannot chant the holy name. We should know very clearly that what we chanting is Krishna himself is dancing on our tongue. Actually, Bhagwan, he doesn't want anything from us. He only wants submission. That's all. We should completely submit to him. We should do Bhagavad Anushran, follow. So, we have to completely surrender to Krishna, basically. That is what Bhagavan wants. So here, when a person's fever initially diminishes, nutritive foodstuffs do not nourish him substantially, only slightly. In the same way, even after the force of an offense has decreased, a person does not develop any significant relish for or realization of Shri Krishna's qualities, names, or pastimes. Suppose you give some heavy foodstuffs, especially ghee and all, to a person who is just recovering from a fever, he will not be able to digest that ghee or any heavy foodstuffs. He will, he will have loose motion or something, and he will not be able to digest it. But slowly, you'll find the relish for those foodstuffs. So those who have committed severe offenses to Vishnu or Namaprad, they have committed, they will not be able to chant the holy name at all with relish. But either way, if they continuously keep on chanting, then they will not get time to commit offenses. And slowly, the Nam Prabhu will remove their offenses also. Because Nam Prabhu is very merciful. So actually, when we say bhakti, bhakti means actually sadhan bhakti. Bhakti also means bhav bhakti, and bhakti also means prema bhakti. So bhakti has three stages: sadhan bhakti, bhav bhakti, and prema bhakti. So these are actually Shraddha, Bhajana Kriya, Sadhu Sangha, Shraddha, Bhajana Kriya, Sadhu Sangha, Anartha Nivritti, Nishtha, Ruchi, Asakti, Bhav. These are all the stages of sadhan bhakti, practicing devotion. But Bhav Bhakti is not the sadhan bhakti. Bhav Bhakti is the goal actually. And then there is Prema Bhakti, that is the highest achievement. So Prema Bhakti is actually Siddha stage. We are perfected now. But if you are, but Bhakti and Abhakti. But Abhakti is what? If you have any desires other than to satisfy Lord Krishna, that is Anya Vilash, then that is Abhakti. Pretty activities, trying to elevate yourself to the heavenly planets, that is Abhakti. Impersonal conception or philosophical speculation, Brahma, meditation on impersonal Brahma, Nirvishesh Brahmavad, this is all Jnana. Jnana may give you liberation, but not beyond that. And then yoga. Yoga will give you 8 mystic perfections. But that is not bhakti. Karma, jnana, yoga is not bhakti. So, but you see that there are only 3 basic colors, right? There is actually, there is red color, and there is, yellow color and like that. So, but basic colors are not many, but by mixture of them, you can create hundreds and thousands of colors. So you can create so many types of permutations and combinations of averseness to serve Krishna. Means some people are having inclination for 20% for karma, 80% for jnana. Some people have attachment for 80% for impersonal conception of life and 20% for mystic perfection. Some people may have 10% desire for elevation to heavenly planets. Some people have 30% desire for merging into Vishnu, and then they have 60% desire for mystic perfections, like this. So there are so many permutations and combinations of averseness to Krishna. So actually, who's a real Brajavasi? That's the question. We should try to understand who's a Brajavasi. Actually, the word Brajavasi, it comes from the verbal root Braja. Braja means to walk. One who always walks on the path of satisfying Krishna's senses is a real Vrajavasi. Vraja dhatu means to walk. So, so if you want to do bhajan, then you have to be following the footsteps of any Brajavasi. But Brajavasi means one who walks on the path of satisfying Krishna's senses. So no one can engage in service of Bhagwan by giving up the service to devotees. So those who are serving Bhagwan, they are devotees. And if you give up the service to devotees, then we cannot serve Bhagwan also. So it is very, very important that we serve the devotees. So here you see that all these offenses, they're coming because no proper sadhusanga. So here said that his taste for them is negligible. But when he takes the appropriate medicine over a prolonged period, follow the diet to convalesce and so forth, his fever gradually disappears and his body regains strength. Likewise, when a person takes the medicine for aparadha, sincere and continuous service to Sri Nam, Sri Guru and the Vaishnavas, his aparadha gradually disappears. Like for example, Jagai and Madhai that hit Nityananda Prabhu on the head. So finally, they asked Mahaprabhu that how will our offense go away? Then Mahaprabhu told them that Jagai and Madhai, you do one thing. There are a lot of people, innumerable people come to take bath in the Ganges River. So what you do is you build a staircase so that they can easily access the Ganges water, take Achaman, take bath. Otherwise, they will not be able to take bath so easily in the Ganges. So they started making a staircase called Ghat, access way to Ganges. And by personally, they used to do this seva. Now, so because of that service to the Vaishnavas, their offenses went away. Actually, they were Shishupal and Dutta. They were Ravan and Kumbhakarna. So as such, they had not committed an offense. This was only their Leela. But Mahaprabhu anyway told them that you serve the Ganga. But Ganga is also pure devotee. Like we serve, when we cross the Ganga river, then Navadvip actually there are 9 islands. There are 5 islands on one side of the Ganges, 4 islands on the other side. So when we sit in the boat and we cross the Ganga river, we have to pray to Ganga that, oh Ganga, by your mercy only we are having darshan of Navadvip Dham. So give mercy to us. So this Jagai Madhai, in order to get rid of their offense to the lotus feet of Nityananda Prabhu, they started serving Ganga and serving the Vaishnavas. And as a result, all their offenses went away. So it shows very clearly that offenses will go away if we continuously serve a Vaishnava. Especially we have to serve that Vaishnava who we are offended. We should try to, in the beginning he may not accept our seva or he may be angry with us. But slowly, when he sees that we are serving that Vaishnava, he will forgive us. So we should serve all the Vaishnavas, but especially those we are offended. If we are criticizing any Vaishnava knowingly or unknowingly, then we should try to praise that Vaishnava. Vaishnavas are very much dear to Lord Krishna. So here, to the degree that a person's aparad is removed, his bhajan is nourished and he becomes astonished by bhajana rasa. This bhajana rasa actually, this is explained by Sriman Yamunacharya. Yadavati mama cheta Krishna padara vinde navanovarsa dhamani uddatam randhati tadavati nari sangame smaramane bhavati mukha vikara sushto nishti vancha. When I am chanting the holy name of Krishna Narayan, and so much that nectar is emanating on my tongue, and that time if I think of associating with the opposite sex, oh, then my face distorts and I feel jugupsa. I feel actually vivaksaras, means actually I feel so much revulsion that I revolted at the thought, uniting with the opposite sex, and I spit at that thought. I feel intense disgust in my heart. It's a revolting thought just to think of sex life when I'm relishing the great nectar of Sri Krishna's names. So this is the sting. Once you develop a taste for the holy name of Krishna, all other mellows, they become insignificant. All the worldly mellows, they become insignificant. Sri Guru Padma, if someone will ask you, what is the nature of Srila Gurudev? What is Gurudev? Then Gurudev is Sakshat Hari. Sakshat Haritvana Samasta Shastra. Gurudev is actually Sevak Bhagwan. He is the supreme personality of servitorship. He is the Ashraya Vigraha. He is the receptacle of love for Krishna. Uh, but Bhagwan is Bhokta. Bhagwan is actually Sri Krishna is actually the enjoyer, supreme enjoyer. Uh, so we should not mistaken that Guru is not Bhokta. He is not the supreme enjoyer. He is the supreme servitor of Krishna. But he is non-different from Krishna. So Krishna will not accept our worship if we offend the Gurudev. We must pratamam tu Guru pujyam tatasya marjanam kurvan siddhim vapnoti annatha nishvala bhavet. If you don't worship Gurudev, then Krishna will not accept your worship. So nevertheless, as long as aparadh remains within the sadhaka, it is appropriate to set out the stages of Shraddha, Sadhu Sangha, Bhajan Kriya, Anartha-Vritti, Nishtha, and so on. So slowly on this path we'll walk, these stages. If you are not committing any offense, last class we told that those who are not committing any offense, for them these stages are not necessary. They are actually redundant for them. For them, only one stage, two stages are there: chanting the holy name and ascending to Vaikuntha. All these stages are not required. These stages are only required for those persons who have committed offenses, those who are full of anarthas. So the bhakta is free from offenses and prarabdha karma, even if devoid of prema or undergoing external miseries. So devotees, many times devotees fall sick or they accident and all. Sometimes some devotees also exhibit a pastime of being very sick, very serious, admitted to hospital. But actually, we should not think that, oh, my Gurudev was hospitalized because of his own karma. No. Devotees have no prarabdha karma. Whatever happens to them is by the desire of Krishna. Devotees are free from offenses. So even if they are devoid of prema or undergoing external miseries, actually why miseries come? Someone asked Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada, very good question, that why there is suffering in the life of a devotee. Actually, this suffering Krishna is giving to us so that we will be humble. If no suffering comes in our life, we will not be humble at all. So all these calamities, all these distresses, all the obstacles, dangers that we face, they are only to make us humble, to make us more surrendered to Krishna. That's all. So this is actually Krishna's special mercy on us. Munjana evatma kritam vipakam rudvag gopipir vidhan namaste jivetayo mukti padesada. One who knows that whatever Krishna doing to me is mercy, the Absolute has no hatred for anyone. The Absolute has only love and affection, compassion and mercy for everyone. Once we realize this, we are okay. We should just realize this. That, but why still we are not having darshan of Krishna? If you have not had darshan of the lotus feet of Gurudev, how can you have darshan of Krishna? If you are not seen your Gurudev, if you are not really have the real darshan of your Gurudev by your heart, then you cannot render service to Sri Krishna. And if you cannot render service to Krishna, how can you have his darshan? If you have darshan of the lotus feet of spiritual master, so some people, they have darshan of the lotus feet of Gurudev, but if they really had darshan of their Gurudev, then why they are attracted to the material world or they are attracted to a member of opposite sex? It means that actually after receiving the darshan of the lotus feet of Gurudev, we should not be attracted to the material world. We should not be attracted to the member of opposite sex. That will not be auspicious. So then how can we render service to Krishna? So therefore, we should first serve Gurudev. And we should not think that this Gurudev is ordinary human being. That is the greatest offense against the holy name. Arche Vishnu Sriyati Purush Naramati. Vaishnava Chati Buddhi. Vishnu or Vaishnavanam Parimaratane Pad Tirtha Ambu Buddhi. Sri Vishnu Namni Mandre Sakala Kulushaye Shabda Samanya Buddhi. Vishnu Sarveshwareshe Taitare Samadhirya Sava Narakisa. Arche Vishnu Shiladhir. The deity is not made of stone. Vaishnava don't belong to any caste and creed, and Gurudev is not an ordinary human being. So here, sometimes upon not perceiving the symptoms of prema in devotees who are fixed in their practice of Nam Kirtan, and upon witnessing their inclination to perform misdeeds, some people attribute it to offenses to the holy name. Uh, so suppose sometimes it may happen that some Vaishnava due to past habit may commit something that is abominable. But actually we should not laugh at that. For example, Brahma. Actually not understanding what Brahma was doing, some sages, six sons of, I think, one Prajapati, Marichi Prajapati. Marichi Prajapati, they laughed at Brahma when he was running after his own daughter. They thought Brahmaji has become lusty, but they didn't know what Brahmaji is running after his own daughter. They thought it was out of lust, but that was not the case. Madhvacharya has given a different interpretation. So, anyways, because they laughed at Brahma, they had to take three births. The first birth, they were actually born as the sons of Kalanevi in the Sutal Loka. Then, because they were not chanting the name of Hiranyakashipu, they were only chanting the name of Krishna, because they were devotees. They were the sons of Prajapati, Marish Prajapati. So, as a result, they were killed by maybe another demon there, I think. It was so someone killed him actually. Kalnemi maybe killed him. So later on, Kalnemi killed him, and Kalnemi was born as Kamsa. And these six sons of Marish Prajapati, they were again born as the six for the beginning progeny of Devki. But one after another, they were again killed by Kamsa. Kamsa again killed them. Because Kalnemi is the son of Hiranyaksha. And they were cursed by Brahma that you will be killed by your own father. So they were, when they were born as the son of Kalanemi, first by the curse of Brahma, they were born as the son of Kalanemi and the son of Hiranyaksha in the Sutal Loka. But in Hiranyaksha told him, you don't chant the name of Vishnu. You chant my name or Hiranyakashipu, Hiranyaksha's name, but don't chant the names of Vishnu. But they didn't listen. They kept on chanting Hiranyaksha's, Krishna's name, Vishnu's name. So their own father Kalanemi killed them. Again, they took birth from the womb of Mother Devki, and then again Kalnemi came and as Kamsa and killed them. But later on, Mother Devki told Krishna that, oh, my six sons were lost just after their birth. My brother killed them. Please bring them back. Krishna brought these six sons back from Sutal Loka. And then Mother Devki, feeling parental affection, motherly affection for these six sons, she gave them breast milk. And when she gave them the breast milk, because they drank the Mahaprasad of Krishna from her breast, they were liberated. Understand? So what I'm saying is that it is so dangerous. Almost 2-3 lifetimes were gone, and they suffered intolerable miseries just because they are laughed at Brahma. So we should not laugh at even a great Vaishnava is committing something wrong. We should not criticize him. We should think that maybe it's some Leela or maybe something like this. We should, if you have any doubt about a great Vaishnava's character, then okay, you don't associate with him. All right, that's all. But don't criticize anyone. Parasvabhava karmani na samshet na karayet vishwam ekatmakam pashat prakritya purushena cha. That don't criticize the qualities of others, good qualities, and don't criticize the bad qualities, and don't praise also anyone. But especially if you want, you can praise, but don't criticize. Because parasvava karmani samshati agarhati saashu brashyate swartat asutsu abhiminishata. By criticizing others, we contract all the bad qualities they have. So, enumerated Vaishnava, if you see, because they say that actually in Chaitanya Bhagavad it is told that if I see Nityananda Prabhu embracing a daughter of a Muslim man, a beautiful Muslim girl, and sitting in the liquor store or a bar, I will not criticize him. That is how elevated is Sri Nityananda Prabhu's character. Because he is purifying. There is no defect for a Vaishnava like Nityananda Prabhu that even if he associates with the Yavani, Yavani means actually a woman from outcast woman or anyone. Because he holds that power of purifying anyone. Just like, for example, the sun. The sun will absorb water from even stool. A lot of time in India, morning time people pass stool on the roadside. It's so revolting actually. This sight is so disgusting actually. After Modi came, he built toilets at home. But previously, I remember that walking on the road or roadside, you have to be very careful. Because people have children, especially have passed stool. There were no toilets actually at home. But now Modi government has done some good work. So the point I'm making is that that this is, but after some time, afternoon time, all this stool the people have passed, it has little bit dried. Huh? After 2 3 days, it dries up. So dry stool actually is not as revolting as wet stool. Understand? The sun will absorb the water from all the people, all the stool that people have passed here and there, all over India. But the sun never becomes contaminated because sun is transcendental. Understand? So like that, although the great devotees of Krishna, even if unknowingly or they might do something which is may look upon him, but their character is very spotless like the sun. Understand? So we should not criticize the great Vaishnava, although he may be seen to engage in some misdeed. Not only this, but upon witnessing the significant material miseries faced by such devotees, they also assume that the fructified result of these devotees' sinful actions toward the path has not been destroyed. So some devotee falls sick or some devotee has accident. We should think that it is Bhagwan's mercy on that Vaishnava. There is must be some purpose behind that. It is not at all his part of the karma. And sometimes Bhagwan does that also. Suppose someone is very proud, then Bhagwan will all of a sudden give that person some disease. Oh, he will have some disease. Suddenly, some serious disease will come to him. Then, people think, oh, he was a very sinful person. Yeah, that's why he's got this disease. No, that is the mercy of Krishna. To make him humble, Bhagwan has mm, given that type of disease to him. That we have to understand. Um, just to cultivate humility in that person. Like, for example, Bharat Maharaj. Now, Bharat Maharaj, Srila Gurudev told that, and Bhagavatamritam, Srila Sanatana Goswami also agrees with that, that Bharat Maharaj apparently was attracted to deer, baby deer. How can he be attracted to a baby deer? He was not even attracted to his own son. He was not attracted to his wife. He was not attracted to his kingdom. He left them as if when you pass stool, you don't even look behind, at the stool. So, because the sight of stool is so disgusting. So, like that, he left his relatives, wife, children, as if one leaves stool behind. How can he be attracted to a deer? But actually, it was maybe Krishna's arrangement because Krishna thought that he to develop strong attachment to me, it may take many lifetimes for Bharat to come to my abode. So let me send him to the species of a deer. When he goes to the species of deer, he will feel such intense separation from me that the work which would have taken many many lifetimes to come to my abode happen just in just 2 3 births. First, he was born as a deer. Then next, he was born as a brahmana like this, and that's it. Huh? And then he was within 2 3 births, he was back to Godhead. Understand? So you see that, and he gave the instructions. Jad Bharat only gave the instructions, which we have to itch them in our heart. We have to record them in our heart. Rahuganat tapasana yati na chijjayana gurapa nirvapanatva na chandasa naiva jalagde surya vina mahat padarajobhisheka. If he was fallen or he had committed an offense, then how can he give such nice instructions to King Rahugan? And if he had really fallen from the path of bhakti, then why Bhadragali came? Because there was actually some people, tribals, they were living in the forest and they wanted to person to slaughter in front of Kali. So they found this healthy Brahman and they took him and they bathed him with nice water and fragrant scents and this and that, and they decorated him with cloth and decorated him with garland and about to slaughter him. That time Bhadrakali could not tolerate that a devotee on the stage of Bhava, rarest of the rare devotees, being slaughtered for no reason. She came out of her Vigraha. Even today, that Vigraha is there in Kurukshetra. And she just chopped off the head of all these tribal people who were committing this offense. And, she vanished. She came with her friends, she attacked them, killed them all, and she vanished. So you see that even Devi could not tolerate this. So Vaishnavas are never fallen. Now, can you say that, that Yudhishthir Maharaj gambled a match, he gambled away his wife also, so he's fallen? Never and never you should think like that. Actually, Yudhishthir Maharaj, he is teaching the whole world. He's Jagat Guru. He's teaching us by the example that you should never gamble because gambling is such a great addiction that it will ruin your entire family. And there are so many innumerable examples like this. That people invested so much in a speculative stock markets and they ended up losing all their capital. They not only had invested their own money, but they had borrowed money from others and invested in the stock exchange. And all of a sudden, stock market crashed and they lost all the money. They ended up committing suicide because they couldn't show their face to anyone. So why would someone like Yudhishthir Maharaj on such an elevated platform engage in gambling, just to show us the downside of gambling? Why one should not gamble? Now Saubari Muni, why curse Garuda? Understand? Like he was taking Saubari Muni was in the inside the water for 10,000 years. But once Garuda came and picked up a king of the fish, and then Saubari Muni was angry with him and he cursed him that if you at all come here, you will die. Because he cursed Garuda, he had committed a Vaishnava aparadh. And as a result, he developed a desire to get married and he married the 50 daughters of King Mandata. So, did Saubari Rishi really commit an offense? The Saubari Muni who is doing austerities inside the water of Ganga for 10,000 years doesn't know this basic principle that he should not criticize Garuda and not curse him. Actually, Saubari Muni did this only to show the world that what may happen if you forbid an elevated Vaishnava from coming to your village or your city. The lust will come in your heart and you'll feel like getting married. So to show the whole world like this, they are doing like this. So the Saubari Muni or Bharat Chakravarti or any great devotee is doing something. It is very difficult to understand. Like Yudhishthir Maharaj, if we'll commit an offense if we criticize Yudhishthir Maharaj, because Yudhishthir Maharaj is actually elevated bhakta. He's more advanced than Hanuman, much more advanced than Hanuman. He is having the parental affection for Krishna. He is having brotherly affection for Krishna. He has affection in fraternity, like friendship. Three types of attraction he is having for Krishna. Krishna bows down to him and offers pranam to him. Like Srila Gurudev said that he is incarnation of Dharma. And he has the most powerful, more powerful than Bhima and Arjuna. Bhima and Arjuna, they were powerful because of their skills in archery and also skill of fighting with mace and club. But Dharma was on the side of, he had the topmost knowledge of Dharma. That's why he's the king of Pandavas. He cannot commit this trivial sin like civil offense of, gambling and all. But this is only by Krishna's desire that fratricidal war should take place. And to show the world the side effects of gambling, he did that. So Vaishnavas are always he is told that not only this, but upon witnessing the significant material miseries faced by such devotees, they also assume that 35% of these devotees' sinful actions, the Papa has not been fully destroyed. Actually, Tukaram Maharaj, he actually told, बीज भाजुनि के लाही अम्मा जन्मा मरण नाही. So here, Tukaram Maharaj is giving an example. You take a frying pan and you just fry a few seeds, whatever seeds they may be. There may be wheat seeds, or there may be any millet seeds or whatever seeds. Once you heat them up in a pan with oil or even without oil on furnace, the roasted seeds or fried seeds cannot germinate. So for a Vaishnava who is always chanting the Hare Krishna mantra, the seeds of material desires are completely roasted. How can they have any material desire and how can they commit offense? There can be no karma for them. Suppose you have some seeds and you planted them in the field, and then all of a sudden tremendous rain came and all the seeds were washed away in the water. So will those seeds germinate in the water? If they are not inside this earth, they can never germinate. So Vaishnavas, their karma is completely destroyed. Like the seeds which are planted in the water, they cannot germinate. Vaishnavas sins, they have no sins. All their sins they are free from sins. But if you see any problems in their life, then know that it is only Krishna's mercy to make them more advanced, to make them furthermore attached to him. It is only for auspiciousness. Understand? So we should be very, very careful that we don't criticize Vaishnavas for no reason. Vaishnavas are not ordinary persons. So moreover, it was, although Ajamil had named his son Narayan, after that name again and again, each day to call him, he was devoid of prema. Moreover, it was perceived that he was inclined to perform sinful acts, such as keeping association with the prostitute. Although the Pandavas, headed by Yudhishthir, had no prarabdha karma, they were seen to suffer many types of worldly tribulations. So Ajamil, you see that he was chanting the name of Narayan, but still he did not give up the association of the prostitute. Uh, Actually, what happens that another example will be given further in this book. That if you burn the rope, in India they make very nice ropes from the coconut fiber, because there is fiber on the top of the coconut. That is also made into a rope, or they make the ropes even from the jute or something. But when you burn the rope, especially for pulling the Jagannath cart, they use the ropes made from from coconut fiber. If you burn the rope, still you will see that the entwinings means the their that particular pattern of the rope. Still you can see it, but that pattern is nothing. For example, the sometimes the snake will leave the skin behind, because the snake's skin becomes sometimes wears out. So snake will abandon the old skin and then he will put on the new skin. So like that, the Vaishnavas, their anarthas are gone like that. Just like the snake will leave behind his old skin. So Vaishnavas never have any anarthas. But it may seem, but someone may be scared actually in the forest. He will see the skin left behind the snake, thinking that is actual snake. But snake is gone from there. So Vaishnavas, they actually have no anarthas. If any semblance of anarthas is seen in them, that is only Krishna's arrangement. Oh, forget about Yudhishthira Maharaj. You are a person who is joining ISKCON or Gaudiya Math and chanting even 4 rounds, doesn't want to gamble or doesn't want to intoxicate or have illicit sex. So like this. So it has already been stated that when the symptoms of prema do not arise, despite a person's engagement in devotional practices such as Nama Kirtan, it evidences the presence of aparad. The author now states, however, that this principle is not universally applicable. It is also seen that some persons, although devoid of aparad, manifest no symptoms of prema and still maintain a tendency to sin. Um, so actually, some people are really free from aparad. For example, Ajamil. It has been determined throughout the Shastra that Ajamil was free from aparad. Had it not been, it would not have been reasonable for the Vishnudutas, emissaries of Sri Vishnu, to come and to protect him as a result of his uttering a semblance of the holy name, Namavas, when calling his son. Nor would his attainment of Vaikuntha have been possible. Actually, Ajamil, he never got any chance to commit Vaishnava Aparadha. Because he was living the prostitute. No Vaishnava is to come to his home. And he was so fallen that no Vaishnava wanted to associate with him. Same thing with Jagai Madai. Jagai Madai, Jagadananda and Madhavananda, although born in Brahmin family, because they were bad habits, drinking liquor and, always causing trouble. They were big rowdies, gundas. So, big antisocial elements, but Vaishnava used to keep far away from them. They never had any time to criticize any Vaishnava or to offend any Vaishnava. The only person they offended was Nityananda Prabhu, and who doesn't take any offense. So Nityananda Prabhu forgave them and delivered them. Understand? So Ajamil had no offense whatsoever. He may be sinful. See, being sinful means what? Being sinful means actually you are doing some activities in which are not in relationship with Krishna. For example, there is a person walking on the street. He is not a devotee of Krishna. If you harass him, then that is actually sin. It's a big sin. To harass any living entity, even a dog, cat, hawk, pig, that is a sin. But to offend a Vaishnava is an aparadha. Understand? So if you offend an ordinary person, it is sin. If you criticize ordinary person, it is sin. If you beat up ordinary person, it is sin. It is papa. You will have to suffer for that in the hell. But if you beat up a Vaishnava, it is not sin. It is 100 million times more dangerous than sin itself. So therefore, we should not commit offense to any living entity, and especially Vaishnavas also, we should be very, very careful. Because whatever activities you do against Tulsi Devi, anything that is connected to Krishna, not just Tulsi, but even Ganga, Ekadashi, Shaligram Shila, Radha Krishna, Dham, it becomes an offense. It is not seen anymore. Anyasthane kritam papam tirthasthane pranashyati, tirthasthane kritam papam vajraleko bhavishyati. Mathuraya kritam papam mathuraya vinishyati, अन्यस्थाने कृतं तीर्थस्थाने कृतं पापं मथुराया विनश्यति, मथुराया कृतं पापं प्रदक्षिणाय प्रणश्यति, मथुरा भूमि महापुण्य यत्र पापं न तिष्ठति. If you commit sinful activities, then suppose you are committing sinful activities in your own city, then if you go to any holy place, then those sinful activities will go away. But if you commit sinful activities in the holy abode of Krishna, some abode like Kashi or Haridwar, then they will go away in Mathura or Navadvip. But if you commit offenses in Navadvip or Vrindavan, then what will happen? Then you will have to do parikrama and ask forgiveness from that dham to forgive your offenses. Understand? But in Mathura, no sin can remain there because it's a very pure abode. So we should be very, very careful that we don't commit sinful activities in holy places. And in your own city also don't commit sinful activities, because sometimes a tendency may come in your heart that I am now chanting Hare Krishna mantra, so I got a cheap formula to get rid of all my offenses. So let me commit lot of sins, lot of offenses, and on the strength of chanting the holy name, I will get rid of all my sins. Now that mentality will lead to an offense. So Ajamil had named his son Narayana. Chaturunam Vedanam Rudemedam Akrusya Jaharina Chaturgir Varanish Putamagati Narayana Padam. Tadatat Gayanto Vayamanisham Atmanam Adhuna Punimo Janiman Hariparitoshai Kimapi. The essence of the four Vedas, Rigved, Samved, Yajurved, and Atharved, is stored in the four syllables Narayana. So those who chant the name of Narayana, they are giving great pleasure to Lord Krishna. So Jamil was chanting the name of Narayana at the time of death. She was delivered. So now 5G says that Sri Nam Prabhu may not reveal himself despite being pleased with the devotee. Tasmat phalam api vriksha prayasha kala eva phalati itivat niraparadeshu prasidat api nama swaprasadam kala eva prakashet. Now this is very clear. Today actually I ate some fruit which I ate first time in my life. That fruit is called Lakshman Phal. It has some thorns on it, but they are not very sharp thorns. They are very, so it's a very, very big fruit compared to Sitafal or Ramfal. And it was a little sour also. Maybe because it was not fully ripe. Maybe fully ripened, maybe a little sweeter. It's a very good medicine for cancer, they say, Lakshman Phal. You can check on Google. But but you see that a fruit is hanging, Lakshman fruit is there on the tree for a long time. But with a hook, one devotee removed the fruit. He didn't let it ripe. Um, so a fruit may be on the tree for a long time, but it will ripe only with the time. It may take some fruit take longer time to ripe, like this. So someone may be chanting in offensive name, but he may not manifest all the symptoms like tears and those things. So the holy name also, one may be chanting the holy name without offenses, but holy name will not be pleased with that person. It may take some time for that holy name to bestow any benefits on that devotee. So Purvabhyasat Kriyamana Papa Rashir Api Utkhata Damshtroga Damsha Iva Kinchit Karayeva. Now, this is actually again, this is same Siddhanta, explained by Prabhupada Saraswati. He's telling that Kaivalyam Narakayate, Trilishapura Akasha Pushpayate, Durdante Indre Kala Sarpa Patali, Protkada Dantrayate, Vishwam Purnam Sukhayate, Vidhi Mahendra Dishcha Kitayate, Yet Karunya Kataksha Vaibhavatam Stam Gauramemastuma. When one receives mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, even the position of Brahma and Indra means non-devotee Brahma and non-devotee Indra. Our Brahma is devotee and our Adi Indra is devotee also, and our Brahma is also devotee. But suppose someone offers you a position of a non-devotee Brahma or position of non-devotee Indra, you would not accept that if you receive the mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Snakes are very dangerous, no doubt about it. But if you remove the fangs of the snake, then the snakes they are not dangerous anymore. In India, there are many snake charmers. They remove the fangs of the snakes, and then they carry the snakes on their shoulder, on the back. But if the snake has fangs, they would not come even 1 meter close to that snake. Very dangerous. So when your senses are no more trouble you, just like a defanged snake, if you have mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and even impersonal liberation will appear hellish to you. Kaivalyam narakayate. Even the heavenly planets will seem insignificant to you. Actually, illusory. The happiness one receives in the heavenly planets is totally illusory. There is no actually happiness in the heavenly planet. There is more enviousness there. More fights are going on there. So that's why someone asked a question to Srila Prabhupada that do animals want to become human beings? And Prabhupada said, yes, all animals are hankering to become human being, but he said not just animals. Prabhupada said even demigods want to take birth in the land of India, taking a human birth, because you cannot go to Vaikuntha straight from Swargaloka. Very difficult, because there is so much sense gratification available on the heavenly planet. So many demigods also are standing in a queue so that they can take birth in the land of India, on the earth planet, and do bhakti and go to the spiritual world. Hmm. So this such a great opportunity has come to us. So we have to take advantage. Actually, that many times many people are willing to tell us pastimes of Krishna, but Prabhupada has told us very clearly. Who can give us darshan of Bhagwan? Only that person who's 24 hours doing service to Krishna. 24 out of 24 hours, one other person who's doing service to Krishna, that person can help us have darshan of Krishna. And we should hear Harikatha only from such a person. Um, so we should try to hear Harikatha from very elevated Vaishnava. Thus, just as a fruit tree only gives fruit seasonally at a suitable time, similarly, the name of Bhagwan, being pleased with an inoffensive sadhaka, bestows his mercy at the appropriate time, not immediately. Like in India, there are many mango trees, but they will start giving fruit in 2-3 months' time. Now the spring season has come. When the spring season ends and the summer season comes, the mangoes, there will be mango season. In Tirupati, we used to get many bags of mangoes as donation. The sweetest of all the fruits. But mango will not ripen in any other season. Obviously, there are some varieties of mangoes there. They give fruit all through the year. But generally, mango will give fruit in the summer season. The mango needs heat in order to have bear the fruit. So even if the devotee may be chanting an offensive holy name, but it will take time. When the holy name will be pleased, then holy name will manifest its power before him. Not until then. So he only delivers the result of his sadhana to him at a suitable time. It is thus understood that the heaps of sins that the inoffensive Ajamil committed out of habit were as harmless and insignificant as the bite of a fangless serpent. Once you become a devotee, even if some sinful propensities may remain in your heart, but they are not actually not so harmful anymore. Because once you are surrendered to Krishna, your senses and your sinful tendencies, they cannot cause you any harm. Just like the snake whose fangs are removed, he cannot cause you harm. So your senses are completely controlled. So that's why there is a verse in Padyavali. ಕಾಷಾಯನ ಚ ಭೋಜನಾದಿ ನೇಮಾವನ್ನು ಅವನಿ ವಾಸತೋ ವ್ಯಾಖ್ಯಾನ ಅಥವಾ ಮುನಿವರ್ತ ಬರ ಚಿತ್ತೋ ಪ್ರವಕ್ಷ್ಯತೆ किंतु स्वीत कलिंद तनया तीरेश विक्रीडितो गोविंदस्य पदारविंद भजनारंभस्थलेशादपि. By simply putting on saffron clothes, one cannot control lust. By eating less foodstuffs or observing the vow of silence or going to the forest, you cannot control lust. You can control lust only if you are doing Harinam. So that's why we should try to become servant of the Harinam. We should accept the guidance of Harinam. We should accept the shelter of the Harinam. Harinam is not some dull matter. It is not some fictional, imaginary substance. It is not seen actually. Harinam you cannot see by your eyes. And it is not any object in this visible world also. Harinam is actually the incarnation of Bhagwan. Actually, it is directly Bhagwan himself. The holy name is Krishna and Krishna is holy name. So the holy name is actually a transcendental object. It is complete object. It is all powerful Swayam Bhagwan. So there is the Prakrit Nam, the transcendental holy name is himself there. Nam is actually Nami. Means Krishna is Nami and the holy name is Nam. So Nam and Nami are non-different. And the holy name is actually self-effulgent object, transcendental object. And the holy name can take initiative. So this transcendental holy name is actually himself Nami. Actually, the transcendental name is the possessor of the form, Rupi. Understand? So we should know that this holy name is so powerful, but because of our offenses, we are unable to actually understand the glories of the holy name. Understand? So here we'll stop today. I'm so happy that all of you are giving me a chance to speak on these important topics. So we are stopping at page number 298. I would say paragraph 5H. 5H. And then another verse will come. That is actually this verse. Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj was very scared of this verse. Whatever disease, lamentation, or distress may be perceived in devotees not due to their prarabdha karma, reaction to their past activity. In the scripture, Bhagavan himself states, Yasyam anugranami harishyata dhanam shanai tato adhanam tejati asya sajana dukkha dukkhata. I gradually take away all the wealth of a person actually experiencing hardships upon hardship. My impoverished devotee is abandoned by his kith and kin. Understand? First, actually, he has a distress that he has lost money. And then on the top of that, there is another distress that all his friends, relatives, family members also, then they leave him alone. Understand? Like in America, I was told that, the day you lose your job, you lose your marriage also. That is what they say in America. That, not any criticizing Americans, but I'm saying that it's so much, once your job is your everything. Understand? That is what is the many countries are so materialistic. Now that materialism is coming in India also, unfortunately. But Bhagwan, what he does, if he really favors someone, he takes away the wealth of that person. What is the benefit of taking the wealth? Then that person actually laments, oh, alas, alas, I lost all the wealth, I lost all the wealth. Then what happens? His relatives also leave him. Then he has no one to look upon, to look at. So he only looks at Krishna. Oh, Krishna, you save me. You are my only shelter. And then he completely surrenders to Krishna. This happens to Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj. This happened to Param Gurudev Srila Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Goswami Maharaj. This happened to our Gurudev also. They actually left all their wealth. Param Gurudev was actually a big landlord, but he was begging house to house, collecting some funds for Prabhupada's temples. And sometimes he was living in the mud, there was nothing to offer. Even the guest would come on Ekadashi, he had nothing to offer to them. He was praying to Krishna, how can I give any Anukalpa or Ekadashi suitable prasadam to the guest? And then bird would come and give some coins and also like that. So you'll see that what to speak of, Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Goswami Maharaj. Even his predecessor Acharya, Srila Madhvacharya, suffered so much. So much harassment came to him. Muslim kings harassed him. They were attacked. The dacoits attacked their party, but Madhvacharya single-handedly, by his blows, he killed all the dacoits. Once his Satya Tirtha or some sannyasi, his disciple, he was attacked by a tiger or lion. And then this big cat attacked and he single-handedly was one smash. And just he killed that big cat, lion. How powerful was Madhvacharya? Today is Appearance Day. We are actually very, very fortunate to be in this sampradaya. Madhvacharya is such an amazing personality. He is Hanumana, Hanumanta, Bhima, and he's also he's Mukhya Prana. So, severe disease and poverty are the symptoms of my mercy. Bhagavan is telling. Severe disease. Like now, this is only Gurudev can tell like this. One time, one person came to Srila Gurudev. Said, I am suffering from cancer. And then Gurudev said, don't worry about it. Very soon you'll have a new body which will have no cancer. So easy. Gurudev said that you lose your eyes. Now, losing eyes is actually the worst thing we can imagine. How can we live without eyes? But Srila Gurudev is telling that if you have eyes, people will tell you so many duties, chores, do this, do that. But if you have no eyes, they will tell you, just sit here and you chant Hare Krishna. So he said that is the benefit. If you lose your eyes, actually it is good for you. Because then you have nothing to do all day, you can sit in one place and you can chant Hare Krishna mantra. Only Gurudev can speak like that because he has realized this truth. Yasyaham anugranami harishyatadam shanai. Severe disease and poverty are the symptoms of my mercy. Bhagavan is himself telling. I don't give this mercy to everyone, especially devotees are really favor I give them this mercy. We find many such statements in the scriptures. Bhagavan, the benefactor of his devotees, indeed most adept in and increasing his devotees' humility and eagerness through suffering. Very clearly mark these words. Um, that we should know very clearly that actually this particular things, what Krishna is telling us, actually he wants to increase our humility. Hmm. Our humility is synonymous with Krishna Prem. The more Krishna Prem you have, more humility you have. And more humility you have, more Krishna Prem. So humility is directly proportional to Prema, and Prema is directly proportional to humility. And eagerness. There should be Utkantha. Utkantha means what? That is what our Chitraketu Maharaj, when he became Vritrasur, actually to call him Vritrasur is also not good. Madhva Sampradaya, they don't like to call him Vritrasur. Hey, he's not an Asura. He's a devotee. We call him Vritracharya. They call him Vritracharya. So Vritracharya or this particular Chitraketu Maharaj, Chamiva Mahatara Kaga Stanyameta Vatsatara Kshudarta Priyam Priyava Vishatam Vishana Mano Arvindaksha Duksha. Now this particular prayer is about eagerness to see Krishna. Word in Sanskrit is Utkantha. The life has come in the throat. Somehow that person wants to see Krishna so eager that his life has come in his throat. Just like the birds who have not developed, the baby birds who have not developed feathers, they want to see their mother when the mother will come in the nest and feed us. How the calf is waiting for the mother who has gone to the pasturing ground to return and feed the milk. And how the beloved is waiting for her lover to come from a distant country so that she can share all the loving dealings with particular like that. So we should know that this is the thing. So that utkantha we should develop. So Bhagavan wants to develop our humility and eagerness. These are the essential things to get Krishna's mercy. So when Krishna gives poverty and severe disease, oh, then we completely surrender. So since the devotee is free from the result of his previous actions, the suffering he endures is given by Bhagavan. Now this is Bhagavan's special mercy. There is no disease written in his horoscope. There is no accident written in his horoscope. No poverty is written in his horoscope. But Bhagavan has modified his poverty and he has injected poverty and a severe disease in his horoscope. And when he contracts a disease, people say, oh, see, he's offensive or he is sinful like that. No, but they don't know that is Krishna's mercy. He is all merciful. Krishna is full of mercy. He is Dayamay. So anything he does is actually just a manifestation of his mercy. The suffering endures is given by Bhagavan. It is not his prarabdha. This is the opinion of those who know the truth. So thus ends the Bhavanuvad of the third share of nectar named Sarva Krada mention of all impediment. Thank you so much for attending the class today. I very much appreciate. Hare Krishna. Danda pranam, sir. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Vanchakalpataruvyasya kripasindhaveva cha pariparam pavane Vaishnavebhyo namo namo. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Bol.
Hare
Hare.
Krishna Maharaj. Thank you so much. Sorry, you said 5 page number?
Yeah, actually, this particular, I would say that we are 5H. We complete now. You can say 299. Yeah. Page number 299.
Sorry, Maharaj, you cut him too.
299. 299.
Oh, okay.
299.
Thank you so much. Maharaj,
I'll message
question
you.
299. Okay.
299. Okay.
Sure.
Yes. Hare Krishna. So anyone have any comments or questions?
There's a question, Maharaj, in the comment box.
Okay. Actually, there's a question in the comment box. All right, let me take a quick look at it. All right. Question will ask later. Hare Krishna. Did you say, Mahaprabhu, how many Kali Yugas will come once? If each time Advaita Acharya will call Mahaprabhu, is a regular pastime or only a unique pastime in our planet. So actually, Mahaprabhu comes in once in the day of Brahma, right? Once in the day of Brahma, he will come. And Advaita Acharya, I don't know whether he calls or maybe some other kalpa, some other devotee may call. But in this particular kalpa, Advaita Acharya called him. And he saw a verse in Gautamiya Tantra that Tulsidala Mahatrena Jalasya Chulukenava Vikritam Sam Atmanam Bhaktibhya Bhakta Vatsala, that Bhagavan is very merciful to a person who offers Ganges water and Tulsi leaf to Shaligram Shila. So, seeing this particular verse in the Puranas and in Tantras, Tantra means knowledge, Pancharatra and all, he offered Tulsi leaf and Ganges water. So, but Bhagavan is transcendental autocrat. What pastime he will do, even he himself only can tell. No one else can tell. Like today, I gave an example of actually one particular king in Mysore. And that particular king in Mysore, he used to always ride in a chariot. And the charioteer, the Sarthi, his driver, chariot driver, wouldn't know where he's going. If he has to turn to left, he will tap on his left shoulder. He has to go to right, he will tap on the right shoulder. If he has to go straight, he will tap on his head, something like this. Till they have reached the destination, even the charioteer would not know. So what pastime he will do in what kalpa, very difficult to tell. But you see Kaliya's pastime. In one particular kalpa, what Krishna did, he chased out Kaliya and he sent him to Ramana, the Fiji island. But in some other kalpa, in Bhagavatamritam, Srila Vishwanath Thakur says, Srila Sanatana Goswami says that what Krishna did, he actually made him into a boat, and he told all his coward friends, let's ascend his boat, and he will take us across, a sightseeing tour across all oceans. Huh? So he used the Kali as a boat so that he can take all his friends on a voyage, sightseeing. And for example, he killed Vrishabhasur, Arishtasur. Uh, when the demon by the name Arishtasur came in the shape of a bull, he killed that demon, Arishtasur. He didn't spare his life. But some other kalpa, when Arishtasur comes, the bull demon comes, what he does, he conquers that bull demon and then passes a thick rope through his nostril and then ties him outside Lord Shiva's abode, Gopishwar Mahadev, or maybe Bankhandi Mahadev, so that Lord Shiva can have a spare vehicle. If Nandi is tired, they can use this Arishtasur or Vrishabhasur or this bull demon as his vehicle. So only Krishna can do this. So he knows what pastimes will take place. But generally speaking, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu does not come in every Kali Yuga. Every Kali Yuga, Gaur Narayan may come, but not Gaur Krishna. But this particular Kali Yuga, Gaur Krishna had come. And the beauty of Advaita Acharya is that he called him so fervently, so eagerly that he had to come quickly. He was supposed to come in Kali Yuga, but it was not necessary that he should come in the beginning of the Kali Yuga. But because of Advaita Acharya's constant prayers, and he began to literally shaking the throne of Vishnu, that's why Mahaprabhu used to call him Nada. He had to come very quickly. So we are indebted to Advaita Acharya. But in next Kalpa, don't know. I will have to ask Shripa Dandi Maharaj maybe to consult him that will it happen again. He may have some reference. But Bhagwan's pastimes are variegated. Bhagwan's pastimes are variegated. They take place in so many different ways in different kalpas. For example, in one kalpa, Giraj Govardhan was brought by Hanuman. Another kalpa, he was brought by Pulatsa Rishi. So kalpa bhed is there. According to kalpa bhed, different pastimes. Like in Barsana, Radharani was found in a lotus. Sometimes she is found in Raval. Sometimes she is found in Barsana. Sometimes she is found underneath the ground. When Vrishabhanu Maharaj is tilling the field, like Sita was found. So like that. So different kalpas, pastimes takes place like that. So these pastimes of Namo Ananta Lilaya Devaya Tubhyam. The Krishna's pastimes are unlimited and there are so many varieties. And there are some books like Govind Lilamrut or Krishna Bhavanamrut Mahakavya. They describe one particular day of Krishna. That's all. And there are so many pastimes take place in one day of Krishna. If you see this Govind Lilamrut or Krishna Bhavanamrut Mahakavya, we are not even qualified to read these elevated books. Gurudev has told us not to even read them because some mundane lust may come in our heart. But you can see that they have so many pastimes. So like that, if one day of Krishna has so many pastimes, what will happen in so many days in the Golok Vrindavan? Every day, different pastimes are taking places. So that is how Krishna is Leela Kallola Varihi. In one of the qualities of Sri Krishna, that Narayana has 60 qualities, but Krishna has four extra qualities, and that four extra qualities is told that Nam, he has extraordinary form, which is more attractive than Narayana's form. Rupa Madhuri, Guna Madhuri, Venu Madhuri, and Leela Madhuri. And Krishna's pastimes are so much ocean of sweetness. Even Narayan pastimes are not like that. Like someone asked a question to Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada. Prabhupada, is Ram Nam and Krishna Nam equal? And then he said, no. Ram Nam is the name of Avatara. Ram is an avatar of Krishna. But Krishna is not avatar, he is avatari. So name of avatara is can never be as powerful as the name of avatari. Krishna Nam is so much more powerful than Ram Nam. Understand? So this particular Advaita Acharya were related to him. So very good question. Advaita Acharya is a great devotee of Krishna and he's Acharya. Because of his mercy only we are now able to celebrate Gaur Purnima or Nityananda Trayodashi. So these two devotees, basically they are compared to the two arms of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, left hand and right arm. Sometimes there may be a quarrel between Advaita Acharya and Nityananda Prabhu, but that quarrel is not a serious quarrel. That quarrel is only a pastime also. So one should not take sides. If suppose Advaita Acharya and Nityananda Prabhu are fighting, whose sides will we take? Actually, they are all part and parcel of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu only. They are his right and left hand. So they are only doing some sweet pastimes. They may be quarreling also like this. So we cannot understand these things because Nityananda Prabhu, if anything he will do, that also is all mercy. Like one time, Srila Bharati Maharaj was telling that, oh, Akrodha Paramananda Nityananda Rai Abhimana Shunya Nitai Nagare Bedai. You're telling every morning that Nityananda Prabhu is never angry, but he once, when he saw Shivananda Sen was not able to arrange proper accommodation for the pilgrims in Jagannath Puri, near Jagannath Puri, he kicked on his chest. He said, is this a sign of non-anger? He kicked on his chest. Then he said, actually, that is also no anger. Actually, he wanted to give so much mercy. Imagine the total state of Nityananda Prabhu coming on your chest. What is happening? Nitai Pada Kamala Koti Chandra Sushitala, Ye Chaya Jagat Jai. Lord Nityananda Prabhu are more cooling than millions of moons. We are getting them right on your chest where Krishna resides. Imagine how fortunate you are. Understand? So actually, he never gave any kick to Shivananda Sen. Actually, it was mercy on. A pure devotee or Bhagwan, whatever he does is actually on mercy. So that's why Bhagwan, whatever he does, actually on mercy. Otherwise, these demons who cannot be delivered, they were delivered. Aho Bhakiyam Sanakala Kutam Jagam Saya Pai Apya Sadhi Leve Gatim Dhartu Chitam Tamunya Kamba Dayalu Sharanam Brajema. Someone is trying to give poison and he's trying to send them to Golok Vrindavan. How merciful that personality must be. So Bhagwan is all mercy. But we think that, oh, this is Bhagwan is doing this to me. He's giving me severe disease, he's giving me accident. He's taking away all my wealth, my bank balance is gone, now I'm nowhere, and this and that. No, that is all mercy. Otherwise, you'll not be humble. So it will be very difficult. There is a quote in Bible actually. I don't remember. I'm not a Bible expert, but they say that it's easy for an elephant to pass through a needle's eye, but difficult for a rich man to land in heaven. Something like this. Means it may be happen that you can pass a big elephant through an eye of a needle, but the rich man cannot go to Vaikuntha. They say like this, after Swargaloka. Because there's so much pride. Janma Ishwara Shrutashrivi Ena Manamada Puman Naivatum Avidhatum Maitam Akinchana Gocharam. Krishna is visible by those who are devoid of material possessions. Now you see that Nalakuvar and Manikriya, they were having very beautiful looks. They were the sons of Kubera, and as a result, they never respected Narad Muni. What Krishna did, not Narad Muni did to them, he made them trees in the courtyard. Then what Krishna did? Oh, made him Snigdakanta and Madhukanta. So, Kuberatmajo Baddha Murtaiva Yadvad, Tvaya Mochito Bhakti Bhajo Krutaucha, Tatha Prema Bhaktim, Swakamya Prayacha, Namokshe Graho Meskim. Kuberatmajo Baddha Murtaiva Yadvad. Now imagine, Bhagwan himself is bound, but and then in that bound condition also he liberated those who are bound. That is the beauty of Bhagwan. He is bound to the grinding mortar, but is liberating these two sons of Kubera were bound by the curse of Narad Muni. But was it a curse? Actually, it was not a curse at all. It was a benediction in disguise. So when we fall sick, that is benediction in disguise. We lose money, that's a benediction in disguise. Poverty is actually Krishna's topmost mercy. We cannot understand in this condition. But we understand that when we surrender to Guru Vaishnava, His mercy, the pain compounds to Vishnu. Don't try to don't try to search for Krishna's mercy. Just try to analyze it. You don't have to search for where is Krishna's mercy, where is Krishna's mercy. Krishna's mercy is everywhere. Just you have to do some research to find out where it is. Just examine the condition and realize that mercy is there. Understand? Mercy is every every moment there is mercy of Krishna. Good or bad or everything that happens is all mercy. Environment, Bhakti Rakshak Maharaj said that this environment is always favorable to us. Always favorable. We may think, oh, my environment is not favorable. It's all favorable. If it is, if you are surrounded by bad people, that is to create humility in your heart. Understand? So this is the thing. Why Tukaram Maharaj? Can we have more troubles than Tukaram Maharaj? Never and never. बरे झाले देवा बाईला कर्कशा बरी या दुष्काळात पिडा गेली. So his wife was actually very much cruel and always abusing him, and she was not devotee. So some question is coming out here that if each time Advaitacharya will come, so if Panchatattva always with Mahaprabhu coming, if we need to hear Mahaprabhu pastime next birth, then we need to take birth for next Brahma day. Mahaprabhu only come once. Actually, that how we progress is that we did not take birth in Mahaprabhu's pastimes, but we have seen Mahaprabhu not directly but through the Harikatha, Srila Gurudev. So it is also very beneficial to associate with the devotees of Krishna. To some degree, it is more beneficial to associate with the devotees of Krishna than with Krishna directly. And that's why all the great devotees, they prayed for association of the devotees. Tukaram Maharaj also said that, oh Lord, if you are pleased with me, give me association. Dhruva Maharaj, Prahlad Maharaj, all, even Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Kita janma ho parituva daso bahirmukha brahma janme nahi asha. Oh Lord, even if I take birth as an insect, give me birth in the house of a devotee. Because more beneficial to associate with devotee of Krishna than Bhagwan himself. Because the association of Bhagwan is there, but association of devotees is more beneficial because they are the reservoir of Krishna Prema. Suppose we directly associate with Bhagwan, but we have no Prema for him, then what is the use? But when we associate with the devotees, they will transmit that Prema. It is contagious. Prema is contagious. So that transmission of Prema will be very beneficial for us. That's why we should always aspire that, okay, even if I cannot take birth on the planet where Mahaprabhu is doing pastimes, even if I cannot associate with Krishna directly in the Brahmanda where he's performing pastime, oh Lord, at least give me association of some high class Vaishnavas. Like Shripa Dandi Maharaj, Shanil Prabhuji, Shri Mai Gurudev, Bhaktivinoda Thakur, Shri Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada, Shri Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Goswami Maharaj, Shri Bhakti Madhav Goswami Maharaj, Shri Bhakti Gyan Bharti Maharaj, Shri Bhakti Vallabh Tirtha Maharaj, something like this. We should pray that give me association of devotees. Wherever I go, there is association of the devotees. Gangar Parasha Haile Pashate Pavana Darshane Pavitra Kara Eto Maraguna. If you take bath in Ganga, you are purified. But we have darshan of a Vaishnava, you are purified. That's why it doesn't matter whether Mahaprabhu comes again and we are not there when Mahaprabhu comes, or we take birth and Mahaprabhu is not there. Nothing to worry. If Mahaprabhu's devotee is there, then he also has the power of Mahaprabhu. Brahmanda tarite shakti dhare jane jane e veda purane guna eva. So here actually, maybe asking the question that for six Goswamis to seven Goswami Bhaktivinoda Thakur, between stopped many years. Actually, Bhaktivinoda Thakur was given this title Seven Goswami because he discovered this Navadvip Dham, which is non-different from Vrindavan Dham. Bhaktivinoda Thakur was about to go to Vrindavan Dham to do bhajan. But then on the way, actually what happened, that Tadkeshwar Mahadev temple, Shiva's temple, he stayed. And Lord Shiva told him, my dear Thakur, if you go to Vrindavan, who will discover the pastime place of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? Who will discover the birthplace of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? Who will reveal to the whole world the birthplace of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? Krishna Naam kare apradhir vichar, Krishna Dham kare apradhir vichar. There are so many considerations of offenses while staying in the Dham of Krishna and chanting the name of Krishna. But there are no such offenses in the chanting of the names of Gaur Nityananda and their abode. That's why you have to, people are suffering. You have to reveal this transcendental Dham, otherwise the Kali Yuga Jiva will never be delivered. So, taking the order of the topmost Vaishnava Shiva on his head, Bhaktivinoda Thakur returned to Navadvip and he did his research, investigation. And he found actually the great light coming from the birthplace of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He also saw that early in the morning a rain was coming, and he saw riding on the back of Garuda, Sri Nrsimhadev was flying to attend Mangalarti of Mahaprabhu. Then he brought to confirm this to Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj. Understand? So therefore, he's called Seventh Goswami. This title was given to him because of his exceptional contribution to the devotional community of discovering the birthplace of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He is no less than six Goswamis. Six Goswamis, they were given the task of finding the lost places of pilgrimage and the holy abodes and the vigrahas, and to write the books about Bhakti Shastra, Sambandha Vidya and Prayojan. Bhaktivinoda Thakur not only did write the books about Sambandha Vidya and Prayojan single-handedly, uh, but he also discovered Navadvip Dham. So actually, he is no less than six Goswami. That's why it's called seventh Goswami. Although there may be a gap between their time periods, but actually we should know that he is the incarnation of Kamala Manjari. They appear at different points of time in the history, but there because that time the whole Vaishnava community was so contaminated by sense gratifiers and pseudo religionists and Vaishnavas that he had to come to teach what exactly is Shuddha Bhakti. And he was praying that, oh Lord, give me a good son who will preach this bhakti. That's why Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Prabhu was born, who was also Nayanamani Manjari. Understood? So he is indeed qualified to be Seven Goswami. If you see that his contribution, even though Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada accepted initiation from Gaur Kishore Babaji Maharaj, but his Shiksha Guru was always Bhaktivinoda Thakur. He was very much Vinod Dhara. He was following this Vinod Dhara. So that's why we are, Srila Gurudev also, you see that Thakur was a householder before. He was married and he had many children. But very rare you'll find someone is making so much literary contribution. And his topmost book is Jaiva Dharma, which we will be studying tomorrow. Hmm. So amazing. I'm always in big awe and reverence of Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Yes. Hare Krishna. Dandavats. Manchakal Bhakti Krishna Dandavats. Right. So give Jadwani. जय श्री श्री गुरु गौरांग अंधर्विका गिरिधारी श्री श्री राधा विनोद बिहारी जी की जय। जय नितला पृष्ठ जत गुरु शिष्य भक्तिदांत नारायण गोस्वामी महाराज गुरुदेव की जय। नितला पृष्ठम विष्णुपाद शिष्य भक्तिदांत वामन गोस्वामी महाराज की जय। नितला पृष्ठम विष्णुपाद शिष्य भक्तिदांत त्रिविक्रम गोस्वामी महाराज की जय। नितला पृष्ठम विष्णुपाद शिष्य गौरविंद गोस्वामी महाराज की जय। नितला पृष्ठम विष्णुपाद शिष्य भक्तिदांत स्वामी महाराज की जय। आचार्य केशरी शिष्य भक्ति प्रज्ञान केशव गोस्वामी महाराज की जय। जय सपरिकर जगत गुरु श्री भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी प्रभुपाद ठाकुर की जय। महाभारत श्री गौर किशोर बाबाजी महाराज की जय। सच्चिदानंद सत्संग गोस्वामी श्री भक्तिनाथ ठाकुर की जय। वैष्णव सार्वभौम श्री जगन्नाथ दास बाबाजी महाराज की जय। श्री गौड़ी विधानचर्य भास्कर श्री बलदेव विद्याभूषण प्रभु की जय। रसाचार्य श्री विश्वनाथ जी ठाकुर की जय। नरोत्तम श्रीनिवास श्यामानंद प्रभुत्र की जय। श्री कृष्णदास कविराज गोस्वामी की जय। जय श्री रूप सनातन भट्ट रघुनाथ श्री जी गोपाल भट्ट दास रघुनाथ श्री गोसाई प्रभु की जय। स्वरूप दामोदर राय रामानंद आदि श्री गौर पार्षद वृंद की जय। नामाचार्य लरदास ठाकुर की जय। प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। जय श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपी गो गोवर्धन द्वार शिवनात्मक शिव मंडल की जय। गंगा जमुना तुलसी भक्त देव की जय। श्री जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा सुदर्शन चक्र जीव की जय। सर्व विघ्न विनाशन भक्ति विघ्न विनाशन नृसिंहदेव भगवान की जय। भक्त प्रोषि प्रहलाद महाराज की जय। चारों संप्रदाय की जय। चारों आचार्य की जय। चारों धामों की जय। आकर मठराज चैतन्य मठ की जय। केशरी गौड़ी मठ की जय। रूपसनान गौड़ी मठ की जय। गिरधारी गौड़ी मठ की जय। रंगधारी गौड़ी मठ की जय। श्री राधा रमण मंदिर के अन्य शाखा मठ समूह की जय। हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय। श्रीमद मध्वाचार्य की जय। तदि शिव आविर्भाव तिथि महामहोत्सव की जय। त्रिनेत्री स्वामी श्री शिव भक्तिदान महाराज की जय। नाम निष्ठ संत श्री अनिरुद्धास प्रभु की जय। मटेर से वृंद की जय। धामवासी भक्त वृंद की जय। समागत भक्त वृंद की जय। श्री रामानुजाचार्य की जय। निताई गौर प्रेमानंदे। हरि हरि बोल। थैंक यू सो मच। हरे कृष्ण। धन्यवाद।
Hare Krishna Vardhan from Sripad Bhaktivedanta Vishnadev Maharaj Ki Jai.
धन्यवाद।
Vanchakalpatarubhyasya kripa sindhubhye vicha patitanam pavanebhyo
धन्यवाद।
Vaishnavibhyo namo namo Vaishnavibhyo. Hare
थैंक
Krishna Maharaj Dhanavad Prams. Thank you so much. And thank you,
धन्यवाद।
dear
हरे
devotees, for joining today. And we see you all tomorrow for Jai Diwani class.